Every kid who grew up in the 90s knows about the Nickelodeon show Hey Arnold, right? Well, if you guys don't know it, you guys aren't from the 90s. Well, it's about a small boy with a weirdly shaped head who lives with his grandparents. The episode focuses on his experiences living in a big city and dealing with strange problems that he and his friends face. But what if I told you guys that Hey Arnold is actually a deep and depressing show that is actually focused around substance abuse, suicide, and death? Don't believe me? Well, I dare you guys to watch this whole video until the end, because trust me, a little piece of your childhood, just about this big, just a little piece of it, it might be ruined. But you know what? I warned you guys. On a scary note, how's it going, you guys? I'm your host, Landon Dallas, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. I want you guys to become a part of the family by hitting the subscribe button. We're nearing 6 million of you guys, which is absolutely insane. And make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way, as soon as we make videos, you guys will be notified right away. And if you guys can't get enough of these scary theories, then you guys should check out our top 10 scary Nickelodeon theories part 1 and part 2. It's really good and you guys seem to enjoy them, so we're gonna keep doing them for you guys. And let us know what video you guys want to see next on this video. Alright, let's get straight to business here. This is the top 10 scary Hey Arnold theories. Starting off this list, in at number 10 with Pigeon Man is an arsonist. Pigeon Man is an outcast who prefers to be around pigeons instead of humans. Same, Pigeon Man, same. Okay, just kidding. No, I don't know. I prefer pigeons too. Well, pigeons have gross like acid poo that burns through cement. Who would want them as a friend? Anyways, let's get back to this theory. Apparently Pigeon Man isn't such a nice guy after all. People are starting to think that he's actually pretty evil. The show talks about how there was a devastating fire that happened back in 1969. It left part of Hillwood ruined and abandoned. Reddit user Peter_of_RS believes that Pigeon Man is responsible for this fire because he wanted to kill the people that he hated and he wanted to make a place where you can go with his pigeons and, you know, just be alone. I mean, whoa, so you're telling me that Pigeon Man is an arsonist and a serial killer who enjoys the company of pigeons? Okay, this is way too intense for me and we're just at number 10 here. Well, Stoop Kid is actually hired by drug dealers. Oh my god. Well, this crazy theory jumps onto our list at number 9. Stoop Kid was abandoned when he was born and he was found on a stoop. He's lived there his entire life and he is too afraid to leave it. But maybe there is a more logical explanation for why he is consistently on the stoop, watching people as they go by and never leaving his post. According to a Reddit user, Saint Dominic, well, they said Stoop Boy is too scared to leave because he's hired to be a lookout. He's actually being paid to sit there and he looks out for cops, but he's also scared that drug dealers will hurt him if he leaves or refuses to be their lookout. Chocolate Boy is actually addicted to heroin, and this theory brings us to number 8. Chocolate Boy appeared on a bunch of Hey Arnold episodes and his character seems to be addicted to chocolate. But as it turns out, chocolate might have been code for heroin. Well, let's evaluate this theory. In each episode that he was in, he always seems to humiliate himself in public, you know, just to get his hands on some chocolate. He's literally been dumpster diving, and he even tried to go through a detox period where he began to hallucinate and he had to be tied down. His addiction began when he was little. His nanny was leaving him and she wanted him to be a good boy, so she snuck him some heroin. I mean, some chocolate. Arnold tried to help him get over his addiction and he swore to give up chocolate, so by the end of the episode, he had a new addiction. Maybe he moved on from heroin to coke. Helga is obsessed with Arnold, and this takes us to number 7. I mean, it's no secret that Helga is severely mistreated by her parents. Okay, no, seriously, her mom is a raging alcoholic and her parents really don't care about her at all. I feel pretty bad for her. Well, she is neglected and forgotten about because she is living in her sister's shadow, so now we understand why Helga is a bully. It's because she's being emotionally abused at home. But this dark theory goes even further. Apparently, Helga has an Arnold shrine in her closet that is full of things that Arnold has touched or thrown away, and there isn't just one creepy shrine. There are many. Okay, did you guys see the statue made out of gum that Arnold has thrown away? I'm getting some serious stalker vibes from Helga. She's kind of reminding me of Norman Bates from Psycho, and I think Helga needs help, and she needs it now because I'm concerned about Arnold's safety. Next up, number 6, we have Mr. Smith is a creepy neighbor. Mr. Smith is someone who is overly private about his life. He has his meals sent up to his room, and he has his own bathroom, and he avoids contact with other people at all costs. He's lived in the same building as Arnold for 3 years, and he's never said a single word to anyone. anybody. People seem to think that he's a secret government agent, but I'm here to tell you guys that Mr. Smith is actually a really big creeper. He has secret traps set all over the apartment building, and he even has some spy cams hidden in people's units. He enjoys watching others, especially Arnold. Some say that he is very similar to Slender Man. I don't know about that one, but they are kind of dressed up the same. They have no faces and they like stalking children. So maybe he is Slender Man. Maybe this apartment building is full of missing children and he's looking for his next victim. Moving up this list, number 5, we have Miriam Pataki, and she is a depressed alcoholic. I mean, wow, this list is becoming super dark and depressing. I should make a list about top 10 Nickelodeon characters who might be an alcoholic. Would you guys watch that? Yeah, it's pretty depressing. But I don't know, it might be a list in the future. Probably not, it's not really likely, but I didn't know that Hey Arnold was so sad when you actually thought about it, when you analyzed it. But apparently Helga's mom drinks way too much. She passes out all the time. She slurs her words, and she's clearly suffering from depression. Well, here's just a few examples of what I'm talking about. So you guys see what I mean? All of the signs were there. She's sleeping during the day, she has zero motivation, she doesn't make any sense, she refuses to go out and do things, and she also says some pretty concerning things. Watching this as an adult now, I mean, I can see that she has a problem, but when I was a kid, I had no idea what was going on. Arnold's parents died from a drug overdose, and this depressing theory takes us to number 4. What is up with the show and drugs? I'm not too sure. But seriously, are the writers okay? Are they portraying their own lives like in the script? Well, according to Megan's 5, she believes that the real explanation for why Arnold's parents are gone is because they were drug addicts who overdosed on drugs. This would explain why Arnold's head is disfigured and why they aren't around anymore. His grandparents couldn't bring themselves to tell Arnold the truth, so they made up a story about them working overseas. Apparently when his grandfather tells Arnold about them taking off a plane, it is a metaphor for them getting high, you know, up in the plane and never returning. I mean, ouch, that's some serious stuff for a kid's TV show. I need to watch Barney or something to lift my spirits, and hopefully Barney doesn't have any dark theories. But that's an idea for a future video. Arnold's whole world is completely made up, and this brings us to number 3. Do we have the Truman Show in our hands? This theory is closely related to his oddly shaped head. Growing up, Arnold was bullied non-stop. He was bullied so much that he imagined a world where everyone who lives in it has a weird head. This allows him to feel normal, like he belongs, and he isn't the odd one out. But in reality, none of these characters exist. He has no friends, he gets bullied every day. He's just a foster kid living in an orphanage where no one wants to adopt him, and he's slowly becoming insane. Next up, number 2, Arnold is sick because his grandparents are actually his parents. This theory actually makes a ton of sense when you think about it. Phil and Gerda aren't his real grandparents, and that's because they are his parents, his real parents. They accidentally had Arnold at an older age, which made him more prone to genetic diseases and abnormalities. That's why he was born with a condition known as Arnold-Chiari syndrome, which basically means that he has an abnormally large and misshaped head due to fluid buildup in the brain. They didn't want to tell him the truth because they didn't want Arnold to feel out of place. Who else thinks that Arnold deserves the truth? I mean, I know I do. How could Phil and Gertie lie to him like that? I mean, it's just not right. Topping off our list, at number 10, for top 10 scary Hey Arnold theories, we have Pigeon Man committed suicide in front of Arnold. I warned you guys that this list was going to be pretty dark and depressing. Well, in the episode, Pigeon Man Arnold met a guy who likes to spend all of his time with pigeons because he either can't relate to humans or he just doesn't like people, simply said. We already learned that Pigeon Man could be a crazy arson who enjoys killing people, but now we know that he is also battling with depression. At the end of the episode, Arnold and Pigeon Man climb to the roof, where the man tells Arnold why he prefers pigeons over humans, and then suddenly, he's carried away into the sunset by his beloved pigeons. I know this looked peaceful and all, but I'm here to just burst your bubble just like that. Well, it's believed that Pigeon Man actually jumped off of the roof and committed suicide right in front of Arnold. And to remind you guys, this was a kid's cartoon. But Arnold was so traumatized that he reimagined it as just him being floated away by these pigeons. I mean, that's a lot better than what might have actually happened. But there you guys have it. We made it to the end of this video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video.